All right, let me get a little early finish on this for y'all guys. Welcome back to Stat Stuff Gaming. My name's Caleb, and this is a reaction to the end of the game of the Seahawks-Eagles matchup. Now, the big thing on this one is Carson Wentz gets hurt midway through the first quarter. Josh McCown has to come in to replace him. McCown being the oldest quarterback to ever make his debut his debut appearance in a playoff game as a quarterback. And early on, you had to think that Russell Wilson should have taken more advantage of this, but in this case, Seahawks had opportunities. They were being able to drive down the field pretty consistently, but they never had a running game outside of the very few times that Russell Wilson had his scramble drills or did the draw plays. And Travis Homer, their starting running back for this one, a rookie, he couldn't get anything at all. Neither could Marshawn Lynch. They combined for 17 carries for 18 yards. Yes, they got the one touchdown, and yes, if it was in Seattle, it would have been another Skittles. It would have been another skills parade off of it. And right now we're just getting the finish off of it, final being 17-9. Really, the Eagles gave a good fight off of this. McCown didn't play bad. His offensive line kind of left him out to dry, but he had to escape through pressure almost the whole time. And with his numbers off of it, if they could have at least if they could have converted on one more of those red zone attempts, yes, they could have gotten 2 more field goals off of ones that they tried to go for late in the game. But it makes sense. They're trying to get the touchdown, get the tie with a 2-point conversion, so on and so forth. But really, this shouldn't have been as close as it was. Russell Wilson throws for over 300 yards. Sure, the Eagles actually won time possession off it, so they kept the ball. What was it, like a 35-25? Well, probably 33-27 differential. But Miles Sanders played really well. They used Boston Scott really well. It's kind of hard to see that the Saints got rid of him. He could have been useful in that game earlier. But McCown was able to find his tight ends with Goddard and Ertz whenever he needed to. And Boston Scott and Sanders were solid contributors out of the backfield. And if not for a few Russell Wilson scrambles and a few bomb hits to DK Metcalf, this could have been one that the Eagles would steal. But golly, the Eagles they're just screwed over on injuries this year. Like, they're already without their 3 biggest weapons. That's not a tight end. Yes, 2 tight ends carrying a team, and then their top wide receiver ended up being a college quarterback. If that doesn't tell you how injured they are, I don't know what will. Now, what did kind of surprise me on it is that the Eagles couldn't really get pressure on Russell Wilson, and Seattle is known for not having a great offensive line. So it's a little surprising that the Eagles were the one who had issues with the pass rush. And also Seattle came into this game with 28 sacks on the year, second worst in the league. Sure, Clowney's been injured off and on, and this is really his first game back, and he did look explosive. He may not be fully healthy, but he was definitely a factor in this game. Him, Bobby Wagner, and sheesh, this could have gone either way, but it felt like Seattle should have had more control on this. Wilson throwing over 300 yards. Once Carson Wentz got injured, he's just got the worst luck of a quarterback that's been given given all the money he's been given. Now, for Cowboys fans, that might give Prescott more reason to talk about, oh, I'm always staying healthy. I should get a big contract bigger than Wentz. You haven't done anything in the playoffs. And really, the team underachieves consistently. But really not a bad game, and pretty nice. I'll admit it's pretty nice to watch after the crap of the Saints. But taking any biases apart, actually a pretty good weekend worth of games. All 4 of the matchups end up being one-possession games. So the NFC is going to end up being San Francisco going against Minnesota, and you got the Seahawks going to Green Bay. Well, Seahawks are an old team, so they're used to playing in crappier weather. So if they can actually keep people healthy, I think they got a shot on this. But I'll just keep this one short because it's just this will be the last one night for the NFC.
We thought we lost everything in that fire,
for the
but
later
my
part,
independent agent and auto owners made
for
sure we
later
were up and running
in the week.
fast.
I'll give previews for
That's what mattered
the
to us.
AFC and NFC
For whatever
divisional
lies
rounds,
ahead,
and
we're always
I know
there.
I'm a bit late
Auto
on what I was
Owners
planning,
Insurance.
but shortly I'll do an AFC wildcard round, which actually was quite fun. Although the Bills blew their chances. But for that video and for next time, I'm Caleb. This is That Stuff in Gaming, and also and I'll mess this up and see y'all next time.